Hi, so my name is Tamara H, and I am now completing task 1. I'm in the market for a new vehicle, and I'm looking at some BEVs. So I'm going to type in the URL provided. So give me 1 second. Project.zone. Here we go. I'm using the Safari browser. Okay, so automatically it asks for my location, so I know there's some sort of put in your zip code and we'll find maybe a dealer closest to you. But when I first see the website, there's something that's throwing me off about the title. I guess welcome to the future of vehicles. What's bothering me is that future of vehicles is not centered, so everything's kind of skewing to the left, and that looks kind of weird. And also the really cool graphic, when I open up the actual website, it's kind of cut off, so that's not something that I initially see. I do like the graphic, but I just wish that the font on the Welcome to the Future of Vehicles was a little bit smaller. It seems to just take up too much space, and it doesn't look very welcoming when you first open the page. I do like that the image of the person in the car with their hand out. It feels kind of free, but it does seem to be a little strange kind of in the middle of the page. I don't know if it's like separating sections of the page or not, but I don't know. There's something about the layout that just doesn't really flow. It seems kind of choppy. So I'm going to scroll down here. Okay. Boasting a 300-mile range, okay. So that's something that I understand is pretty typical. I think maybe Tesla's might be a little bit longer than that, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. Okay. On a full charge, you should be able to complete this trip. I like that it shows you different options for major cities that you might want to go to and from. I like that a lot. And I like that it circles back. The animations are really kind of an eye-popping thing when you first open up a website. So I do like that. I don't really like the green color, though, I'll be honest. I think it's a little too green and maybe needs to be a little more subtle. It doesn't feel like a color that is taken seriously, really. Okay, it says, so how many trips can you take? Use the interactive range map to discover your favorite road trips and daily commute in an electric vehicle. Okay, so then I enter my locations, which is nice. I'm not supposed to do this for that task, but I do like that it's interactive and it gives you something where you can calculate it. Because most people who are in the business of wanting to get a BEV, that's something that they really care about, so I'm glad that feature is available, especially on the main page. Okay, so it says need to recharge. See chargers along your route in your area within. Again, I like that there is a map so that you can kind of see where you're at and also see where you would need to recharge. So that's kind of nice. Okay, there's a YouTube video. Oh, and it's all about home charging. Again, all this information is pretty crucial, but it kind of feels like to me that there isn't a lot of divide, so it just feels so continuous and long, and there doesn't seem to be a real chance to kind of section out this information. It's kind of overwhelming, and it's making me not want to read everything, which I would want to do if this was something that I was interested in, but it's a little too busy. And then the explore charging is in orange, but everything else is in green, so that's a little weird. Let's see. Worry-free maintenance and service. Okay. So that goes back with the green theme, but again, it just kind of seems really busy, this page. Average cost for scheduled maintenance. Okay. I like the comparison. And again, this is kind of nice actually because the font is bigger. There's not as much wording, so it's easier for me to follow along. But it still doesn't feel like it's sectioned off enough. Remote updates. Because the software in your electric vehicle is constantly evolving and improving. See, I don't understand how these two are related. Yeah, I don't understand that. And it seems like they're side by side and there's no real reason. And there's no distinguishing between the two. We promise you'll never feel stranded. Okay, so that's nice. But again, I'm still scrolling. This is a really long opening home page. I think for most people, especially on mobile phones, you would want something that gives you almost all the information pretty quickly, like maybe some buttons or something at the top where you can select it and know what section you're heading to instead of just this long page. I'm not going to sit here and scroll this on my phone. Want to join an EV community. Okay, range, battery, main. Okay. If you're interested in joining, select from the categories below to let us know what you're most interested in learning about. Yeah, everything feels just a bit random and not really cohesive. I mean, besides the theme of the green, I don't really understand the rest of it and how they kind of all tie together. Then there's some sort of submittal. And even though it says you want to join the EV community, it doesn't really give you an option to put your phone number or email. Okay, so there's another submit that's for the app, I guess. Oh, sign up for email updates. But again, that seems like these two should be combined because you're kind of asking me to participate in both and they're so close together with these submit buttons. Okay, EV Me. So it gives you, alright, so we're down at the end of the page and it gives you kind of a screenshot of what to expect with the app. Which again, I mean, from what I can see from the app, it looks a lot less busy. But this page is just entirely too long and it needs some sort of like breaking up or sections or even buttons where you can navigate to certain sections because right now it's really long and really busy and it's kind of hard to follow. They don't seem to be in any order that would logically fit with what I'm thinking I would expect to see on an opening page. So yeah, I think I'm completed task 1.